Are you somebody who gets sick when you travel? I don't mean sick like a cold or a flu, although that's not good. I'm talking about like you don't feel well. You might get headaches, you have fatigue, you just don't feel well to the point where you don't want to travel anymore. Look, I was actually asked to do this video. That's how common this is, because here's why. People see that I travel a lot and they're like, gosh, how do you do it, right? And there was a time when I was that person. I couldn't travel, or I had to travel oftentimes, but it would take me days to feel normal, and then after I got back, it would take me days to feel better again. So look, in this video, I'm going to give you some tips on what I do every time before I fly. But I want to tip you off to a bigger problem. The reason why I, and many of you, get sick when you travel, it's because your bucket is too full. Okay, what do I mean by that? If you've watched many of my videos, I talk about us having a bucket, right? Some genetically bigger buckets than others. Think of it as the toxic soup bucket. These buckets hold chemical toxicity, emotional toxicity, even physical toxicity. The point is this: as it raises up and one day overflows, and that's typically when we lose our life. Yeah, that's what happened to me. It started with fatigue, brain fog, no energy. But here's the thing, when my bucket was full, even before it overflowed, I can tell you this, traveling was something that was overflowing it. Why is that, first off? Because that'll show you why. I'm gonna give you some tips. A lot of it's the radiation, actually, when you fly. Believe it or not, when you fly, you're gaining a lot of radiation, which if you're already in a toxic state, your inflammation and oxidative state at the cellular level is very high. That's the point I'm making here. So that's why if you are one of those people that have trouble flying, that is a tip to you that something deeper is going on. Your bucket is full. So here's the point. If we can empty our bucket, we can travel without becoming sick. All right, that's exactly what I did. That's why I thank God, because I travel so much teaching. I'm in an amazing place right now. If you haven't been, I don't know, Cabo San Lucas, incredible place. But I'll tell you this, if I didn't empty the bucket, I wouldn't even be here, right? Because it really was stressful. Okay, I do want to give you some pointers here. Okay, simple, you don't have to buy any of these products, but this is a simple iodine product. Iodine actually helps mitigate the radiation. Now look, there's something else that happens beyond radiation. And I also like this potassium. In particular, I like this, this is a nano potassium, but I do like that better. But potassium also helps mitigate radiation. Now this is one that G-Cell, it raises intracellular glutathione. Okay, you can go to your store and just buy something called NAC, N-A-C, and that is a tripeptide, meaning part, 1/3 of how you make glutathione in your cells. The point is this, you're exposed to, yes, radiation, but you're also exposed to a lot of toxins that overload that bucket, and it's part of why we don't feel well. Raise your glutathione levels with a product like NAC. Iodine, potassium to mitigate the radiation. But ultimately this, there's a free training below. Watch it, because there's more than just tips there. It's what I did to change the state so I can change my entire life, because I have to do more stressors than just travel, trust me. Because when I was sick, travel was just one stressor that I couldn't tolerate, but there was a lot of other stressors because life became unmanageable. If you don't feel well, if we're somebody out there looking for an answer just because, hey, something's going on, I've tried it all, watch the training. Look, it's what I have taught doctors around the world for many years. There's information in there you've never heard before, I can tell you that, but it's going to answer not just the question of why you don't feel well when we travel, but it's going to answer a lot of questions, I believe. Check out the free training below.